Hello, 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 and welcome to part 2 of episode 2 of Mystic Sister, where Shannon and I invited you into the conversation where we talked about things that we keep on us in our bags for on the go, things that we love, things that we will never leave the house without. So this part of episode 2 is where we invite you into our homes and into our personal spaces where we share some things that we can never not have around us in our rooms. I'm gonna get started. So for those who are jumping into episode 2 with us, my name is Ariel, and this is a corner of my bedroom where I keep a lot of the things that I love. I'm gonna start us off with something very special that I always have in my room. This, my friends, is a wand. So, little show and tell. My father, who is a fabulous story writer and a lover of fantasy and all things Harry Potter, actually carved this wand, personalized this wand for me. It's carved from an oak, and as you can see, there are some rune symbols carved on it, along with my name, Ariel, written in Theban script. And Theban script just so happens to be the witch's script. So don't worry, not all witches are bad, contrary to maybe popular Hollywood belief, but yes, there is some magical blood in my family. And for whatever reason, my dad chose to scribe these particular symbols on this wand, and I will share what the symbols mean. I have them written on a piece of parchment, which I have scrapbooked, so I will share that in another type of video. So yes, a wand. What I use this wand for is with my Reiki practice. So sometimes not so much day to day, but from time to time when I am doing personal Reiki healings for myself or in my space, or with private clients, there are some symbols that do come with Reiki training. It's in my level 2, I did learn them, and what I do to help bring in intentions into the space for either myself or a client, I will use this wand and I will draw the symbols in the 4 corners of the room, the 4 directions, symbolizing north, south, east, west, or the 4 seasons or whatever. But I do use this wand to draw the symbols. And it is used, it helps me to charge the space, and it helps me to focus my intentions with this particular tool. So yes, this is my first item. I always have it with me. I took it to college with me when I went to school. I took it abroad with me when I moved to London for a short time a couple years ago. But yeah, item number 1. Always have with me in my space. Item number 2, I will share a few things. I was gonna do 3, but I'm actually gonna share a few things, is my tarot deck. This is one of my favorite tarot decks that I have used tarot decks from other people before. But I do, from week to week, I don't usually do a daily tarot spread, but I use the spread mostly on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. The illustrations on this are very gorgeous. I love this spread. So yeah, as you can see, here are some of the illustrations. Let's see if I can find, this is one of my favorite cards. It's the Wanderer, or in most major arcana decks, the Fool, the Fool's Journey. I do talk a lot about the Fool's Journey in my personal music, and I connect a lot with that story. As you may know, the Fool can symbolize, what you would think of a traditional fool, someone who wanders into the world, super naive, not knowing what's going to happen. But the Fool also gains the most lessons because they allow themselves to be innocent and to open themselves up to adventure. So this is definitely one of my favorite cards. Whenever I pull this out, I always get really excited because it it makes me think that something new, a new adventure is coming, and that I should be open to it. So I won't hold this up too much longer with the talk about this. Next order of business, after I take another sip of my very large mug, I call it Big Cup, the Big Cup. Thank you, Big Cup. All right, so next in the show and tell is artwork. So artwork. This is a piece that I actually created myself. So I am not only a singer-songwriter, I've done a little bit of stage acting, I've written some stuff for myself for some personal acting for film, I'm a writer, I'm all of these great creative things, but I do, from time to time, like to create visual art. So one day, my mom and I were looking through like a photo that she took of me while I was in the Grand Canyon, and it's a really gorgeous silhouette that my mom she grew up doing fine art in school, and she's a fabulous artist herself, so I wonder where I get it from. But she took this really gorgeous photo. It's just a very simple shot of me looking out at the Grand Canyon as the sun is setting, and it's pretty much like a silhouette of my face. So we printed it out, and I used some construction paper, basically, very simple. Traced over it, gave myself a little bit more of an afro because I do tend to wear my hair natural, as you've seen in part 1 and then the first Mystic Sister video. But yeah, so cut around that, and then I cut out a rainbow, and I put the rainbow at my third eye because I do have this quote for the Treasure House projects that I came up with a long time ago when I first started the name of the company. So it goes, when you're looking for treasure lost to find, the treasure house lies deep in your mind. All things magical are within us, so to say. So basically, this is a representation of the treasure house, and it is also the logo that you can see on the Instagram. So, that being said, artwork everywhere. I also have a postcard of a series of images that I've made. I will share more of them because they are in a series, but these are some postcards that I had printed of this image. And if anyone is familiar with the Rorschach ink blot test, this is kind of where I got the inspiration from. I also used construction paper to make these prints, and believe it or not, the paint that's used is nail polish. So, gotta have artwork around you. I am a true believer that if you have personal things in your space that you have created, you have no choice but to be inspired by your own work. So because these items that I have around me, these pieces of artwork that I've created, are in places that I generally go to every day, it just gives me this unconscious, subconscious, subliminal inspiration no matter what, every day. So it's there. And I do hope we put more artwork up in the space. Next, what else? Okay, so I've done something kind of spiritual, I've done something visual, I've done something, I guess, kind of physical. I guess I'll pull something now that will be simulating to my olfactory senses. So, Shannon, she will light Palo Santo, which is what this is. It's a very holy wood. You know, much like incense and sage, which you can use to smudge the space. Palo Santo is so beautiful. It smells amazing. I love that it's wood. I love wood. I love this wand and I love this. It smells really, really amazing. I just love the smell of it. And I do use this also to cleanse this personal space. I cleanse the house with this. I smudge, I cleanse. I use it with my Reiki healing clients before we begin and while we're doing services. But it smells so good. I love Palo Santo. This is something that I keep in my room around me to refresh, to bring good energy, to clear out negative energy. If I'm having, you know, some upset going on, I'll usually just light this and smudge around myself in a circle and think about what it is that I need to clear out of my energy field, what it is that I want to bring into my energy field, and take a moment for myself while doing so. So yeah, Palo Santo, never not without Palo Santo. Beautiful lighter. Now I've shared a few things that I really love. This, I will maybe end with this. This is a beautiful little thing that I got on Etsy. But yeah, so this is a really beautiful little house, and if you turn it in different directions, if you look at it, if the light hits it in different ways, it's also kind of like a mirror. It just looks different from every angle. It's beautiful, and this is symbolic of the treasure house for me as well. I mean, every time I look into it, it's just like I can see myself from this angle. It's just very magical to me. And whenever I look at it, I think about all the possibilities, all the reflections of myself that I can see in it. And it just reminds me to keep dreaming, to keep believing in my dreams, to make sure to look at life from different angles from time to time, and to find the beauty and the magic of looking at yourself and your reflections from different angles, and to appreciate just things that are just beautiful. So yeah, I can end on that note. But yeah, thank you for joining. This has been really great. I'm happy to have invited you into my space, and I'm looking forward to see what Shannon's got to share about her space and her room and things that she's really excited about and that she keeps around her. I wonder if we have anything similar. Thank you for joining, and see you for the next one.
Shannon Beecham. Welcome to my home. I love this whole segment and kind of showing you the things that we keep on us and the things that symbolize us for who we are at home. I just think it's a really cool and creative way to get to know us. And so I'm just gonna start right in. My first favorite item in my home, or I guess that I feel like represents a part of me, would be this papasan chair. My dad had one, and it was my favorite chair in the whole house when I was a kid. And I just always knew that when I got older, I was going to have a papasan chair. And so the first chance I got to get one, I did, and I love it. And we have some really cool and really great story times in it, and drinking tea just somehow tastes better in this chair. So, right. My second favorite item are my plants. My great grandmother had this amazing garden at her house, and they were all flowers. It wasn't a food garden, it was all flowers, but she just took such good care of them, and I have great memories of helping her to care for that garden. And in the past, I've tried to have plants before, and it just didn't go well. They died. The plants died. I did not care for them well. So I am trying to be conscious of what I can take care of. I would love to have this entire room filled with plants, but I want them to have a good quality of life and to be able to tend to their needs. So for now, this is what we have. Lucky bamboo. And I have just taken these from the various places in our house. They don't all reside in the sunroom, but just to show them off, I brought them all here together. My third item would be this mug of me and my dad. I was a little bitty baby and my dad a young man. Let's see. There we go. That's us. I think we lived in Panama at this time. And yeah, I'm not sure. Just daddy's girl. My dad is awesome, and yeah, I hold on to this mug. I don't drink out of it. It's not pretty in the inside. It's been moved around a lot and has held various items, so it's definitely for decoration now and not for consuming liquids. So I also keep with me scrapbooks. I love taking pictures and holding on to those memories. So this one is my daughter's. It's very gentle because, I don't know, some pages there's like a lot of glue, but then some pages there's not enough glue. And this is one of them. So yeah, this is her book, and she's got it filled. So this is when her little brother was first born, and we had a home birth. And there's our midwife checking in on us. This picture here, I made this jewelry box for her 4th birthday. She took a picture of it. I've got baby books for my children, and I've also held on to the one that my mom had for me. It is The Birth of Me, Pisces baby, March 9, 20 inches. I was 7 pounds. Let's see. Our first impressions and reactions were, when I was told she was a girl, I was so happy that all I could do was cry. Rudy had a smile on his face a mile long. I could tell then that she would be daddy's girl. This is one from high school. So my husband, this is him when we were in middle school. Or might have been freshman year of high school. He looks a little bit taller. So yeah, these are really old pictures. My husband's high school yearbook. Squinting, there he is. That's him right there. Gregory Beecham brushstrokes his way to the glorious finish line. Way to go, babes. This one is my middle school yearbook. Here I am, right there. Playing clarinet. Oh, here he is. And there's Greg. Here we go. In his band picture. And he played saxophone. Yep, that was in middle school. Again, another one of his high school yearbooks. And then this one is mine. So, yeah. I've got a lot more of these. And we're definitely not going to go through all those. I also have a few shoe boxes full of pictures, so I just pulled out the ones of me and Ariel. Yeah, you know, taking those pictures, these glossy photos in the mall, that was everything. I think I took this out of a scrapbook. And whatnot that we loved. There we are. Sleepover. And her mommy, also my mommy, at my high school graduation. Quite sentimental. I love holding on to these things. I feel like they are great at, you know, just giving you a chance to see where you've been and who you are. And also why I really enjoy working on this project, Mystic Sister, with Ariel. We just have a lot of great memories together. We have a lot of good times, and I have 2 more items. So the next one, I crochet. And So did my great grandmother, my granny's mother. And these are pieces that she made. Ideally, I want to get them clean because you see they've got some yellowing. I want to get them cleaned and I guess starched is the word that I want so that they're stiff, and I want to be able to hang them up. But I'm scared. I don't want to damage it. So if anyone knows how to preserve these, that would be great. So this one and this one are just still packed away. Yeah, I don't want to damage them until I figure out how to get them cleaned. But yeah, this is all work from my great grandmother, and then this is some of my work. So I love making blankets, and that's what we've got here. And what's special about this blanket, or my favorite, I think this is the first time that I attempted tassels for one, and then it's got like for the ultimate cozy factor. And I have this one here. I really love blankets. I love being cozy. Yeah. And the last thing here, I'm going to have to get up and move the camera, would be the altar that I have. Yeah. And so we've been leaving flower offerings. It's time to let go of these. We've got some new roses growing that we can add here. But we've got here a good friend of mine, a great grandmother on my grandfather's side, so not the one who is crocheting. Although I do need that picture. This is my great grandmother on my dad's side of the family, and my Uncle Craig, my mother's oldest brother, actually. Okay, so that's it. That's everything. Thank you for joining me on this little adventure, and I hope you learned some things about me. And that's it. I can't wait to see you all again on the next Mystic Sister episode.